What's going on, guys? 360 Digital Closing Bell here. I am your humble correspondent, Michael Tanner, joined live from an undisclosed location here on YouTube in Denver, Colorado. As always, I am joined by the executive producer of the show, the purveyor of the show, and the director and publisher of the world's greatest website, Stuart Turley. Stuart, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, Michael. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood in an undisclosed location.
It very is. Gorgeous day here in Denver. Not a cloud in the sky. This is pretty much the last thing I have on my plate. Then I am getting out of here, and I hope you guys are able to do the same. We have a great show for you lined up, Digital Ticker. First, just please subscribe to the 360 Digital Closing Bell on iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube. We just dropped a weekly podcast that we do 2 shows a week, one that come out before Monday and Friday before the market opens, sort of covering what's going on in the markets. We think it's really the best way to stay updated on all of your energy markets, so please just subscribe. We appreciate. Mixed day for the markets today. Really what we would call a classic dip buying day for a lot of these hedge funds. You know, whenever you see banks, real estate, and specifically banks and real estate, whenever you see those markets up, classic dip buying by hedge funds. No one, me and you aren't buying Goldman Sachs, but the hedge funds are, because those are those big bank stocks. So that's really when we look at the SPY, that's where about that 1 percentage point, or about 1.3 percentage point gain, which closed at about 30.41. So about a 39 points on the day. Tech stocks doing not quite as well, just finished under a percentage point up to 96.80. That's 100 points. Dow Jones 25,605, which is a 400 point gain on the day. We're about 2%. Defense stocks doing very well. Crude oil pretty much finished flat today. About a 1/4 percentage point increase, or about 9 cents, 36.43. So crude oil finishing out probably the first bearish week it's had in probably 2-3 weeks. As an overall mark, front back into the curve, just doing a little bit better, only about 0.3 percentage points, or about 14 cents, 38.72. Natural gas has a rough day though, 4 percentage points drop on the day, down to about $1.74, about a 7-cent decrease on the downside. 12-month strip for natural gas, $2.82, about 2 percentage points dip. That's about 5 percentage points, like I said, down to $2.82 for the 12-month strip. XOP E&P securities contract, after getting absolutely hammered the past 2 days, finally has a nice positive day, 3 percentage points on the increase, or about $2 on the index, up to 58.03. OIH revived from the dead, up to $133.92, all the way up to $7. 30-cent increase, or about 5.7%. Remember, it was a bloodbath for our E&P securities over the past 2 days. So good to see those numbers. On the downside for equities, though, Mesa Royalty Trust, about 6 percentage point dip, $5.88. Mexico Energy Corporation down 7 percentage points to $3.75. Trico Resources at our biggest loser on the day, down to 8 percentage points to $5.02 on the nose. On the upside, though, some really good numbers. Oasis Petroleum up 20 percentage points, $1.18. Penn Virginia Corp, we love them, 28 percentage points, up to $12.62, and Chaparral Energy up to 86 cents, or about 29 percentage points on the day. Please, guys, I'd highly recommend going to theoilandgasconference.com and finding out more information on the Oil and Gas Conference, which is hosted by Enercon. It is the best place to get all of your investor and finance news. They're going to be, last year they had over 100 different companies presenting, and it's the best place to find all of that stuff. They're doing this really cool hybrid digital and limited in-person seating depending on where you are around. They've got a couple different locations: Dallas, Calgary, Houston, and Denver, I think, are going to be the 4. So there's some limited in-person options, but it's also going to be available digitally all around the world. You should check out all of that stuff at theoilandgasconference.com. Stu, what's going on the international news desk today?
Hey, busy day, and China has a special report we have on our news desk, how China got the shipments of Venezuelan oil. It's kind of interesting. We've been following this story from early on, so it's on the news desk. Back to you.
Yeah, slight day on the international side. We had a great interview this morning with and I think a guy from Enverus, and we talked a little bit about that global LNG market. So some good stuff coming out there. Really, the only thing that came across my ticker today, obviously Friday, good day for energy equities. Chesapeake was really high on our sentiment list. I've got this really cool sentiment analysis. Chesapeake, Occidental, and Ottavino were the 3 most talked about companies today in all of the markets. So it's really interesting. One of the news items that came across that if you're specifically a trader, you should be watching for, the United States Oil Fund, ticker symbol USO, is basically the easiest ETF if you're interested in getting into trading futures, but without subjugating yourself to the futures market. They're basically, like I mentioned, an exchange traded fund that purchases oil futures and then wraps it up into a fund and allows you to trade it on the securities market. Well, ever since April 21st, they've actually technically been out of shares. There was as many shares as they had purchased was already sold, so you couldn't actually continue to buy the USO. Today, they just issued 1 billion new shares that have been declared effective by the Securities Exchange Commissions, and hence it's going to be allowed to authorize purchasers, market makers, and exchange rate parties to issue new USO shares. There was little change in the price, still about 26.35 if you actually want to trade the USO, which is it's a little different of a trading mechanics than actually trading CL, but it can be a little easier. And considering when oil got down to negative $37, people were pretty depressed that they couldn't buy USO. There's a lot of hedge funds that like buying large chunks of USO in order to, instead of buying futures for your oil side of your portfolio, it's easier to buy USO. It trades on the stock exchange. I'd rather trade it through the New York Stock Exchange and on some of these other exchanges versus the futures market, which is a little more unregulated, a little more cowboy, as you would say. So right when oil dipped that low, there was a huge demand for all of these shares. So they got it and tried to issue some new shares in a hurry, and they went ahead and got that done. I mean, that's really the only thing I'm seeing on the desk right now. It was really a wild week. It was good to see an up market today, but like I said, probably just some dip buying, especially when you see banks leading the way in terms of the index. So, we'll be coming at you everything this week. Just stick on. Anything this week, Stu? It's been a good week for us.
It has. Next Monday and Tuesday, we have Jeffrey Can. He is a Canadian author of Bits, Bytes, and Barrels. We had an excellent interview with him, as well as Rob with Inveris. We also have
Rob McBride. That guy is brilliant, by the way. He's a senior director of something smart over there, and it was incredible interview. It was an incredible interview with him. I'm so looking forward to being able to drop that. Are we doing that on a Monday or a Tuesday?
That one will be Monday, I think. I have to look.
My work cut out for me this weekend then.
You betcha. And then we have two international from Europe coming in next week. And we also have two CEOs that we're interviewing that next week. So we got a busy week next week.
Yeah, we are circling the waters with all of the Energy 360 Network interviews. So please, if you're not subscribed to that show on iTunes, Spotify, you should do that right now. The best place for all of your energy thought leadership. I'm pretty sure we're going to let you guys get out of here and let you guys finish up your day. If you're still at work, feel free to use this as your hall pass to get out of work and finish up your day. We appreciate you sticking us with through this whole week, and we will see you guys Monday morning for the Week Ahead podcast, and tomorrow and Monday afternoon for the Digital Ticker.